All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Herchah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, bishops at Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. It's your brother Rabbi Knapp coming out with a lesson, Lord's will, certifying to the Lord's elect. I saw this video this morning and I figured I'd do a video on this, man. You know, just people just bugging out, man, doing this stupid shit. We see it all the time in rap videos, people bringing out props. Some of these guns are actually real, you know, but people who don't have any training, you'll get popped on scene, man. So you want to make sure everybody knows what they're doing when you're shooting a video shoot. But when it comes to Jake, they just throw people in front of a camera and they just don't even know what the hell they're doing. And this is a cameraman. I guess he shoots hood videos or whatever, you know, this is what he does for a living. But I find it kind of funny in his profession how hazardous it is dealing with these knucklehead Israelites, man. You gotta be careful out there.
Hey man, say man, stop giving these females these guns, man. Like what? Hey man, say man, stop giving these females these guns, man. Like what? Like bruh. Like what is she doing, bruh? Like man, hold on, that ain't even a crazy part. Like bruh, finger on the trigger, bro. Like
yeah, it's crazy, man. You know, when you go to like a shooting rank, when you go with somebody professional, you don't put your finger on the trigger unless you're about to shoot somebody, man. You know, so she don't even know how to hold a sword. And the thing is, you know, she ain't even supposed to be doing any of this crap, man. Israel's out of their damn mind, man. They're out of their mind. I mean, the whole role reversal is at a high in Babylon, man. People are confused, man. She has no clue what she's doing. And then y'all set her up, put her on camera on top of that to do all this shit. Now she pointing a gun at you. It's just folly and foolishness, man.
Like, bro, she almost took me out the game, cuz. Then they got the nerve to get this girl to R. Like, hold on.
I had to look this up. He said the R. Hold on, let me grab it. The R. Is this it? I put name a gun that slang name is the R, and it says the slang name the R typically refers to the AR-15 rifle. The AR in AR-15 stands for Armalite, the company that originally developed the rifle, while often mistakenly thought to be short for assault rifle or automatic rifle. It's not. So Armalite. He said the R.
Her hand is on the trigger. Like
craziness, man. Crazy. And then this Jake over here is trying to get her finger off the trigger. She's not paying attention, okay? And you don't want to be messing with somebody's finger that's on the trigger when they're not even knowing what's going on. And if the gun's loaded on top of that, then just everyone in there is just this woman just put everybody in there in danger, man. Because the AR don't shoot like, that's a powerful gun, man.
Get it, gang. This shit. The shit I have to deal with. Hey, man, say, man, stop giving these females these guns, man. Like,
she putting the gun to her head. I mean, at least this part she ain't got her hand on the damn trigger, man. That shit's crazy as shit. There's plenty of videos of Jake literally doing stupid shit on camera and popping themselves in the head. I don't know why, you know, just that whole deaf culture putting guns to your head and like it's cool, man. Yeah, this is just, it's ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. Just look at some of these comments. It says, bruh peeped it. He was trying to snatch it back. Yeah, he was.
What? Like, bruh.
This dude's pointing the AR at him too. So it's not even just her. It's this dude. I mean, he ain't got his finger on the trigger, but they all pointing guns at you. Like you do this for a living. Like the whole thing is just stupid as hell. And the fact that some of these guns are actually real is just blowing my mind, man.
Like what is she doing, bro?
Like what are you doing? What are you doing? You're putting yourself in harm's way, and that's the whole mindset of Jake. It's like no accountability for their own actions. And then you just come together. Then you mix it up with drugs and all types of pills and whatever the hell y'all be doing now, man. Y'all are dumb as hell, man. And I bet you none of them are 30 at all. I mean, this dude right here look like he probably like 23. You know, just no type of brain cells, man. Like nobody. Like, how'd you even get to this point, man? Just a lack of knowledge, man.
Like, man, hold on. That ain't even a crazy part. Like, bro, finger on the trigger, bro. Bro.
Foolishness, man. The way Buddy was trying to take the risky killed me.
She almost took me out the game.
The Arski called it the Arski.
Then they got the nerve to get this girl to R. Like, hold on.
This nigga, this is just crazy, man. Let me just grab some precepts, man. But that's Jake, man. That's why a lot of y'all, man, it's just like it's hopeless, man. It's hopeless, man. This is something that you should just have common sense not to do it. You know, this like where's your moral compass? This is just completely off, man. This is how you know it's almost time for this place to be destroyed, man. Because it can't continue any longer. Death is fun. Putting guns to your head is cool. You guys are done, man. She almost took me out the game cause LOL, cameraman never dies. Yeah, man. They roasted, man. And if your ass got shot, there would have been a bunch of posts saying that's what you get. You know, good thing the cameraman never died. That's, you know, this is just Jake saying stupid shit, but it's the truth, man. You're lucky. And he's probably, I was looking, he got more videos. As soon as he pull up, they stop pulling out straps and stuff. Oh, we're just making a video, just perpetuating that niggatry, man. That's why y'all gonna get put to death, man. And you might do it to yourself. The Lord ain't, you have no wisdom, man. And this is an extreme example that shows you how you not being rooted in the word is just death. It's just complete death, man.
Her hand is on.
He's in the video trying to correct her finger on the trigger, man. She got a middle finger up, ain't paying attention, like out of her mind, man. Out of her damn mind. Big ass fingernails. Just silliness, man.
On the trigger. Like, get it, gang. This shit. The shit I have to deal with.
You're a damn idiot, honestly, man. You need a new profession. First of all, big boy visuals, man. You need to get right with the Lord, man. I'm surprised the Lord you survived this long. You do this for a living. The cameraman's the biggest idiot in this whole video. And then it's the black chick, and then it's everybody else. That's the order of stupidity that's going on here. But I want to grab a couple precepts. I'm going to start with the book of Deuteronomy, the 22nd chapter. As a matter of fact, let me go on the blue letter. I found it in chat because typically we use this scripture here. I just want to, sun-dry laws. Let me look at this word, sun-dry. Sun-dry is an adjective meaning various or diverse. It can also refer to a collection of miscellaneous items, often small and not individually significant. In essence, it implies a variety of different things or people. As an adjective, sun-dry describes something composed of a variety of different elements. For example, sun-dry items could refer to a collection of various objects. As a noun, plural refers to a collection of miscellaneous, often small items. In a phrase, all and sundry is a common phrase meaning everyone or everybody. All right, I'm going to read it here. Deuteronomy 22:5. The woman shall not wear which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God. So when you look at this, this is typically used to talk about, some type of cross-dressing. Women shouldn't wear pants and things that pertaineth to a man. But when you go into the root words, the Hebrew words, when you look at this word, kalai gabar, all right, kalai, let me grab the Hebrew lettering. which says, what's kalai? Kalai is that which pertaineth to unto a man. When you look at this, it's pretty much this right here. Let's just read it. What's this? Kalai Gabar. Let's go look at Kalai. Okay. Just grab it.
Strong's H3627. Kelly.
Kelly. Let's see if he's right. So lock here. Give me 1 second. So this is a ka la. In this word, this letter right here is a ya. Kalaya. Kalai. I don't know. Kali. He's going off again. Okay, but it goes into article, vessel, implement, utensil, article, object. So this is saying that which pertaineth to. Okay, so it's saying apparatus, vessel, implement of hunting or war. Okay, implement of music, implement, tool of labor. Okay, but this is the point here. Of hunting or war. So let's get back. Kalai. That which pertaineth unto. So that means instrument. And Gabar, man, strong man, warrior, emphasizing strength or ability to fight. And when I put this in the chat, it says this verse establishes a law against cross-dressing or wearing garments specifically associated with opposite gender. It's part of the broader holiness code in Deuteronomy, which seeks to maintain order, distinction, and purity among the Israelites. So there's a role that both men, women, and child are supposed to play. Okay, and there's an order that you're supposed to be in, and that's not your order to be wearing that which pertaineth unto a man. So you putting on armored, you putting on like military stuff, man. You know, weapons. That's part of that. That's men of war wear that. Okay, so you having weapons on you, that's not your role. Okay. It says, pertaineth unto a man, kalai gabar, kalai, instrument, article, weapon, or tool often refers to clothing or armor. Gabar meaning man, warrior, strong man. So kalai gabar. So a warrior would be wearing a weapon. A woman is not considered a warrior. Okay, so she shouldn't be putting herself in the position of being that. Okay, that's a role reversal. Okay, that's confusion. That's wickedness. This phrase refers to any item, article, or apparel designated for men, especially things that identify one's social or gender role, including garments or weapons. A woman's garment, simlat, issa. Okay, simla, mantle, outer garment, robe. The text refers specifically to clothing or adornment that distinguishes a woman. So it's just breaking down the Hebrew words. We know abomination pretty much is just something detestable. The Lord doesn't like that. So you shouldn't be doing it just because pretty much you're doing something against what the Heavenly Father despises. Okay, you want to be right with the Lord. Okay, so you pretty much an abomination doing these things. Spiritual and cultural context, it says gender distinction and roles. Israelite society had clearly defined gender roles. Clothing signified identity, role, and function. So crossing these lines symbolically blurred those distinctions, which was seen as a rebellion against the created order. And it says Genesis 1:27. Let's go there. So there is an order, and you ain't following it by being like that. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. So what this is saying is he made them to be exact male and female. They have their own roles. That image going into the order of things. Okay. Let's grab that precept. The head of a man is a woman. Of a man we got to constantly go into this thing, man. 1 Corinthians 11:3. Because we'll forget, and we've forgotten. We've forgotten the ways of righteousness. 1 Corinthians 11:3. Let's go there. 1 Corinthians 11. Christian order. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Hamashiach. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances as I deliver them to you. And what are the ordinances? Let's look at this word, ordinances. Because you got to keep them. Paradoses. A giving over which is done by word of mouth or in writing, tradition by instruction, narrative, precept. Okay, so this is talking about this word. Objectively, that which is delivered, the substance of a teaching of the body of precepts, ritual, which in the opinion of the latter Jews were orally delivered by Moses and orally transmitted in unbroken succession to subsequent generations, which precepts both illustrating and expanding the written law as they did were to be obeyed with equal reverence. Okay, so the law, the written law. Pretty much everything written in the book, man. All the laws, statutes, and commandments, not just the first 5 books. Okay, there's some laws that are not written in the first 5 books that we get from Paul in the New Testament. Okay, where was that? 1 Corinthians 11, the points in 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, which is your Lord, your Savior, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. It's Yahweh Shah. He's the head of the man. And the head of the woman is the man. And the head of Hamashiach is the Most High God. So there's order. And there's roles to play within each order. Okay, so you got to know your role. Okay. And everyone's role, according to Ecclesiastes, let me grab it. 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. So that applies to women also. You got to fear the Most High and keep his commandments. I mean, we at the end of this thing, no one wants to play their roles, and it's not about that. Now it's not about us anymore. It's about serving the Lord. It's all about him. Okay, if he allowed you to get to this point in life, in these last days, you see the tech coming out. You see the unrighteous. You see the decrees coming out. Okay, these laws that are coming out, man. There's about to be a big change. Okay, ultimately, there's ultimately gonna be a transfer of power. All right, let me see. Did I finish that? So that's the order of things. It says gender distinction and roles. It says avoiding pagan practices. Many ancient pagan religions, Canaanites, Babylonians, involves cross-dressing and rituals, especially in idol worship and temple prostitution. Israel was forbidden to adopt such customs. Deuteronomy 12:30 through 31. Okay, so you could be looking all these things up. Deuteronomy 12:30, take heed to thyself that thou be not snared by following them, talking about these other nations. After that they may be destroyed from before thee, that thou inquire not after their gods, saying, how did these nations serve their gods? Even so will I do likewise. And that's what you're doing by following these other nations. You might see them cross-dress. That's what Esau does. And now he got you doing it. Now this is Babylon. This is confusion. Okay, and you following them, you're going to be confused. You're going to be out of order. Deuteronomy 12:31, thou shalt not do so unto the Lord thy God. For every abomination to the Lord, which he hateth, have they done unto their gods. For even their sons and their daughters they have burnt in the fire to their gods. And worshiping these idols, man. Killing them, killing their own kids. Moral purity and order. This law reflects broader Torah themes about maintaining holiness in separation from confusion. So you want to avoid putting yourself in disorder. Like that whole video was nothing but disorder. Okay. Mixing or perversion. Compare Leviticus 20 and 13, Leviticus 19 and 19. Let's go there. Okay. This is going precept upon precept, but you got to learn it. Leviticus 20:13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. And you see that a lot. You laying, you doing role reversal. Okay, you want to be like a man lying with a man, woman lying with a woman, like a man would do. Like that's pretty much what you're doing. It's an abomination to the Lord. Leviticus 19:19, ye shall keep my statutes. Thou shalt not let thy cattle gender with a diverse kind. Thou shalt not sow thy field with mingled seed. Neither shall a garment mingled of linen and woolen come upon thee. So you ain't even supposed to mix your garments with different fabrics. Okay. So there's a lot that we have to try to stay. It's impossible to. Well, it's not impossible. You would literally have to make your own garment at this point. You would have to shear your own sheep if you want 100% cotton, because Esau's going to mix it. If you buying it from Esau, best believe it's defiled. Okay, but we're not in a position where we can follow all of these laws perfectly. That's why we got to rely on Yahweh Shah. We got to turn back to serving the Lord. And one thing we can do is not be picking up guns and going into music videos as women. Okay, New Testament insight. While the New Testament doesn't repeat this specific law directly, it reaffirms the importance of natural distinctions. 1 Corinthians 11. Let's go there. 1 Corinthians 11 and 14. Doth not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him? So showing you another order, okay? Even a man, just like a woman is not supposed to wear that which pertaineth unto a man is not supposed to be doing what that is to a woman. So it's equal and opposite. 1 Corinthians 11 verse 15, but if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given her for a covering. So if a woman in her role, that's your glory. She can have her hair long and all the way down to the crack of her ass if she wanted to. Okay, that's her. That's the Lord. That's your role. That's part of your glory. Romans 1:26-27 condemns behavior that is against nature, including gender and sexual confusion. So that's true. Okay. And that's what Esau wants you to do anyways, man. He loves perpetuating videos like this. And he makes it a lucrative. You can make a living doing stupid shit like this. But in the kingdom to come, you're going to be destroyed. Ain't going to be no guns anyways. We ain't going to need them. Romans 1:26, for this cause God gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn in their lust one toward another, men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves the recompense of their error, which was meat. So that's right, man. Now this pertains to homosexuality, of course. But that whole lifestyle comes with a bunch of confusion, man. It's all role reversal. Okay, you leaving your natural use. You got a role to play down here, and you ain't doing it. And when you're not aligned with what the Lord wants, man, you putting yourself in danger. You putting yourself in getting yourself put to death. Okay, literally killing yourself. Leviticus 18:3. Let's grab that. Leviticus 18, laws on immoral relations. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord your God. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do. Neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. Okay, their precepts, the way they do things. And that's where you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans at. How did you so-called Negroes get over here, man? Okay, you might not believe you're Israel, but hey, man, you in a foreign land. Okay, you in a foreign land, and you're doing according to them. Okay, you don't want to follow the way of these damn Egyptians, which is the modern day Americans, man. they propagate that wickedness, that black culture. That's what that is. Israel didn't do none of this shit. We learned this from the damn devil. Okay? He's the damn devil, man. Okay? Practice cussing this damn devil out, man. Leviticus 20 and 23. Let's go there. Leviticus 20 and verse 23. And ye shall not walk in the manners of the nation which I cast out before you, for they committed all these things, and therefore I abhorred them. Okay? Yeah, just like he did in land of Canaan. The sacrificing of their kids. Then Israel started doing that shit, man. That's because they were underneath them. Learn that shit from them when they were in that land. Just like they learned about worshiping these calves like the damn Egyptians. Okay? You're not supposed, you want to stay holy. It's easier said than done. Because we've been here so long, but we learned so much being in this land. We literally speak their language fluently. 1 Corinthians 11, 3 through 15, Paul outlines male/female roles in head coverings. I think I already read that. But I want to make sure if there's more in there. I think I already read that. 1 Corinthians 11. The point was this order. Yeah, there's order. You can read down. I'll read it. 1 Corinthians 11 and 4, every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. So there's men, you ain't supposed to have a hat on your head as you're prophesying, as you're teaching this word, man. But men do that. Okay? And the Lord don't like that. And this is not in the Torah, it's right here, it's written here. But they'll make up an excuse, oh, Paul's writings are not authoritative enough. Okay, we're going to see how authoritative it is when your ass is getting burnt up or your ass is getting these chips in your forehead, in your right hand. 1 Corinthians 11 and 5, but every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head, for there is even all one as if she were shaven. So a woman can have a head covering while she prayeth or prophesieth. Okay, but you're supposed to be prophesying to you, give those prophecies to your husband, man. Okay. But if your head is uncovered, you dishonoreth your head. Okay. So there's roles that you gotta play, and when you read the Bible, you realize this book is very spiritual. So just obeying to the best of your ability, that's you walking in the spirit. 1 Corinthians 11 and 6, for if the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn. But if it be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered. Okay, let me look into that. I think that's talking about you getting your hair cut off, something like that. Let me just grab that. If a woman doesn't cover her head during prayer or prophecy, it's as shameful as if her hair were cut short or shaved. And you see that a lot. A lot of you women be cutting your hair short or shaved, and that's a shameful thing. But y'all think that shit's cool. I forgot this. I think this lady. I don't know if she's a mayor. She's somewhere. I don't know. She's in Esau's government. She's fucking bald headed, and she's in a super high position in America, man. They'll exalt something like that. But that's a shame to the Lord, man. 1 Corinthians 11 and 7, for a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and glory of God, but the woman is the glory of the man. Yeah, so just like a woman's supposed to be in subjection to her husband, the man's supposed to be subjected to the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, you got to be in order. And there's an elect lady out there, man. Not this woman right here. She might not be of the elect, but hopefully a lot of our women are out of their damn minds, man. That's why this word need to go out. 1 Corinthians 11 and 8, for the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Let's see what that means. the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. This verse refers to the creation narrative in Genesis where Eve was formed from Adam's rib. The verse highlights the order of creation with man existing before woman, and it is often interpreted as an argument for male headship. Now, this is kind of going off, okay, because this Adam's rib, it just means they were related, okay? And you can, when Laban first met Eve. So pretty much, let me grab it. I don't want to turn this into a whole new lesson. But pretty much, actually, there wasn't just Adam, man. It was the Adamites, okay? I was like, let me grab it. Because, you know, a lot of people, they don't know. They don't know, man. It's Genesis, it's the 5th chapter. Descendants of Adam. This is the book of the generations of Adam, Genesis 5:1. In the day that God created man, in the likeness of God made he him. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam, okay, plural, their name Adam, in the day when they were created, okay? So that just goes to show you there was more than one, okay? And Laban, let me grab that to show you about the rib. I think it's 24. Bride for Isaac. Let's see. I don't know where it is. It's just my bone. My bone. Genesis 29:14. There we go. And Laban said to him, surely thou art my bone and my flesh. And he abode with him the space of a month. So Laban's telling Jacob, you are my bone and my flesh. So is he saying, he's basically saying, you like my rib, we're related. Okay? So that's the point of that. But I'm going to read through. I just want to see what chat was talking about. 1 Corinthians 11:9. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. Yes, you're supposed to be a helpmeet for the man. Okay, that's your role as a woman. Okay, it tells you here. Where is it? Is it Genesis? Let me see. Control F. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, Genesis, 2nd chapter. Let's go there. Genesis 2, I start at 18. And the Lord God said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I'll make him a helpmeet for him. Okay? Let's look at that word. Helpmeet. A succor, help. One who helps. That's what you're supposed to do with your man. You're supposed to help him. A succor means assistance and support in times of hardship and distress. Give assistance or aid to. So that's what you're supposed to be doing. Genesis 2 and 20. Oh, that's 18. Genesis 2 and 18. And the Lord God said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him. And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. And Adam gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found an helpmeet for him. So the point is Genesis 2 and 18. Genesis 2 and 21, and the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. So It's talking about someone related, closely related. Okay? The rib, see, Laban said my bone and my flesh, but the rib is pretty close, man. And the Lord did that for his purposes. Okay? But this is an early creation. Am I done with that? Let me keep going. 1 Corinthians 11:9, neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. For this cause ought the woman to have power on her head because of the angels. Let's see what this means. I didn't want to get into it, but why not? We gonna get into it. 1 Corinthians 11:10, the phrase because of the angels is a point of ongoing discussion and varied interpretations. Some scholars believe it refers to heavenly angels who are believed to be present during worship services, and thus women should maintain a respectful appearance. Let's read that. It's challenging the verse to interpret. Many scholars believe it refers to women wearing a head covering like a veil during public worship to symbolize their submission to male authority and to avoid causing offense to angels. The verse connects the head covering with both the social customs of the time and the presence of angels during worship, suggesting a desire to maintain order and respect in the church. That's beautiful. Okay, because that matches up with Psalms. I think it's 34. It might be 37. Yep, Psalms 34:7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. So if you fear the Lord, you're going to keep his commandments. Okay? And that matches up with 1 Corinthians 11:10. For this cause ought the woman to have power on her head because of the angels. Nevertheless, neither is the man without the woman, neither the woman without the man in the Lord. Let's see what this means. While I'm here, 1 Corinthians 11:11 emphasizes the interdependence of men and women within the Christian community, stating that neither gender is independent of the other, but rather they are mutually reliant in the Lord. This verse builds on the previous discussion of gender roles, particularly the idea of male headship, by highlighting the complementary nature of men and women in God's design. Woman is not independent of man, nor is man independent of woman. This part of the verse directly challenges the idea of one gender being superior or self-sufficient. It stresses the need for both men and women to recognize their dependence on each other within their relationship with God and within the church. Yes, I agree. But I was thinking of a precept where it says the woman's the weaker vessel. Okay, but that doesn't mean you got your role. Okay, we strengthen you, you strengthen us. It's equally and opposite, but at the same time, still a weaker vessel. First Peter 3:7. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife, as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. So, the woman still gets, she has her role to play too. Instructs husbands to live with their wives in an understanding way, showing honor to the woman as the weaker vessel. It also emphasizes that both husband and wife are heirs together of the grace of life, and that failing to treat their wives with respect can hinder their prayers. So we don't want that. 1 Corinthians 11:12, for as the woman is of the man, even so is the man also by the woman, but all things of God. For as the woman is of the man, right? You came from the man, because the seed, okay, the man carries the seed, not the woman. Even so is the man also by the woman, but all things of God. Let's see what this is talking about. First Corinthians 11 and 12 explains the mutual dependence of men and women, stating that while woman originated from man, Eve from Adam, every man since then is born of woman. Well, Eve from Adam, the man was created first, and then the Lord created a woman. But there were women before that. Okay, so, oh man, it's deep, man. It's like, did the chicken create the egg, or did the egg create the, like, what are we talking about here? This highlights that both genders are created by God and are necessary for each other, emphasizing their interdependence and the divine order in their relationship. 1 Corinthians 11 and 13, judge in yourselves, is it comely that a woman pray unto God uncovered? Let's see. 1 Corinthians 11:13 asks the Corinthians to judge for themselves whether it is proper for a woman to pray with her head uncovered, highlighting the cultural norms of the time regarding head coverings as a symbol of modesty and respect. It's part of a larger discussion about distinctions between men and women in the context of worship, emphasizing the importance of maintaining appropriate outward appearances in church. And you're supposed to have your head covered, man. You know, it's a rare thing you're gonna catch Eve doing this, man. Rare thing. Okay. But that's part of the apparel, you know. But still, it's tough, but we weren't trained in these ways. But you look at the East, Ishmael's still doing that. They got that from Israel. Okay, so we're just so far away from the Lord, man. 1 Corinthians 11 and 14, doth not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is shame unto him, but if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given her for a covering. So, like I said, there's certain role distinctions we're supposed to have. All right, but I want to get back to, let me watch the video again.
Hey man, stop giving these females these guns, man. Like what? Like, bruh. Like, what is she doing, bruh?
Fully out of order, man. And that's Jake. That's everybody in this video, man.
Like, man, hold on. That ain't even the crazy part. Like, bro, finger on the trigger, bro. Like, bro, she almost took me out the game, cuz.
Because that's not her role, man. She ain't supposed to be having guns. That's why we're reading Deuteronomy 22 and 5. And she literally got pants on, okay? But no head covering. It's just showing you how far away we are actually following the Lord. And if you ask this person, this lady here or woman, whatever, I called her the BW3000. I forgot who said that, but that's because this is Esau's creation. This is how he wants you women to act. Okay, and the Lord Esau and the Lord are completely adverse against each other, man. Okay, so in her head, she probably, if you ask her, do you believe in God? She's gonna tell you, yeah, but she's gonna tell you Jesus Christ, and this is look at what she believes in. That's the God she worships. Your actions are gonna show who you worship, man. And she worships. This is Esau's creation, man. The gun, man. Showing you who's in her temple, man. The so-called white man. That's his blessing, man. The sword. Your blessing is this corn and this wine this is what we are supposed to be eating, this word. Because he's unrighteous. He's the wicked. He ain't gonna teach you anything righteous, man. You don't know what righteousness is.
Like, then they got the nerve to get this girl to R. Like, hold on. Her hand is on the trigger. Like,
and nobody is. She look young too, man. She probably a teenager, man. She probably have no idea what she's doing. She around these damn idiots, man. Foolishness.
Get it, gang. This shit. The shit I have to deal with.
You're a damn fool too. We'll finish with this. Deuteronomy. Zephaniah 1 and 8. Let me grab that. I just want to grab these precepts. There's a couple things I saw when I was going into this precept. I just wanted to see what's in this. Zephaniah 1 and 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such as are clothed with strange apparel. Yeah, so the understanding that you have of the Lord, man, that's your garment, man. Your spiritual garment. The understanding of the doctrine is your apparel. Okay? You want to make sure you wearing the right apparel when the Lord comes, or you're going to be destroyed. And which she ain't wearing the right apparel, man. I mean, physically, but spiritually, she got a whole different garment on, and majority of it, Israel does too. Okay, that's why a majority of y'all gonna get destroyed. Okay, I got too many tabs open. Summary: Deuteronomy 22:5 is a command to preserve gender identity and distinction in dress and appearance, grounded in God's created order. It's not just about fashion. It's about rejecting confusion, disorder, and the customs of surrounding heathen nations. Those who reject this law are described as committing an abomination before the Most High. And it says, would you like this explained further through cultural examples, or how would it might apply today? I said, does this verse also mean women are not supposed to carry weapons? And it says, yes, Deuteronomy 22:5 can also be understood to prohibit women from carrying weapons, especially the original Hebrew context. Deuteronomy 22:5, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. The Hebrew phrase here is lo yahaya kalai gavar al isha. There shall not be the vessel or implement of a man upon a woman. Key Hebrew terms: kalai, vessel, article, tool, or weapon, used in many places to refer to military gear or instruments of war. See 1 Samuel 17:54. Let's go there. 1 Samuel 17. Goliath's challenge. David and Goliath. I'll start down here. In the men, 1 Samuel 17:52, and the men of Israel and of Judah arose and shouted and pursued the Philistines until thou come to the valley and to the gates of Ekron. And the wounded of the Philistines fell down by the way of Sharaim, even unto Gath and unto Ekron. And the children of Israel returned from chasing after the Philistines, and they spoiled their tents. And David took the head of the Philistine and brought it to Jerusalem, but he put his armor in his tent. So let's look at this word armor. So I think that's what it was getting to. Armor. Here's armor. His armor. Kalai. Kalai. That which pertaineth unto a man. Hunting or war implement. Okay? Kalai. Close some of these tabs. Okay. Numbers 31:6 it says. As a matter of fact, yeah, let's go there. Numbers 31 verse, I'll start at the top. The slaughter of Midian, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, avenge the children of Israel, the Midianites. Afterward shalt thou be gathered unto thy people. And Moses spake unto the people, saying, arm some of yourselves unto the war, and let them go against the Midianites, and avenge the Lord of Midian. Of every tribe 1,000, throughout all the tribes of Israel, shall ye send to the war. So they were delivered out of the thousands of Israel, 1,000 of every tribe, 12,000 armed for war. And Moses sent them to the war, 1,000 of every tribe, them and Phinehas, the son of Eleazar the priest, to the war, with the holy instruments and the trumpets to blow in his hand. Okay, I guess it wants me to look up, it doesn't specifically say men, but we can assume that Israel didn't send women to war. Okay, let's see if Kalai is somewhere in here, or Gabar. Kalai. It says with. Okay, let's read that again. Kalai is in there. In Numbers 31:6. And Moses sent them to the war, 1,000 of every tribe. Them and Phinehas, the son of Eleazar the priest, to the war with the holy instruments. So Kalai and the instruments to blow, which is the word Kalai means weapons of what does it say? Instruments of war, something like that. Implement of hunting or war. Let me look at this word, implement. A tool, utensil, or other piece of equipment, especially as used for a particular purpose. Okay. So the word kalai is there too, and it's pertaining to war. Okay. Same thing. Isaiah 54:17. Yeah, this is all kalai. Isaiah 54:17. It says, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. So let's look at this word kalai. Probably weapon. Okay. So a woman should not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. It's also talking about weapons. Okay, and I want to look this up. Isaiah 54:17 promises God's protection and vindication for his people. It states that no weapon formed against them will prosper, and any tongue that accuses them will be condemned. This is presented as the heritage and righteousness of the Lord's servants, assured by God himself. This part of the verse assures believers that despite any attempts by enemies or challenges in life, God's protection will prevent these from succeeding. Every tongue that accuses you in judgment, you will condemn. This part of the verse highlights God's role in defending and vindicating his people against false accusations and judgment. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord. The promise is not just for individuals, but is part of the inheritance of all who serve God. And it's only for Israel. Their vindication is from me, declares the Lord. This emphasizes that God himself is the source of their protection and vindication, not their own efforts. True. Okay. But it only applies to Israel. Deuteronomy 22:5. Gabar, man, often with the connotation of strength or warrior status. So Kalai Gavar or Gabar can literally mean a man's tools, armor, or weapons, not just clothing. Many ancient commentators like Rashi Abin Ezra recognize this broader meaning. Implication, women and weapons. In this context, a woman putting on Kalai Gabar is understood not only as wearing men's clothing, but also taking on the tools or roles of a man, including weapons of war, military dress or armor, martial authority. This would be seen as crossing into a male role traditionally reserved for warriors, protectors, and leaders of battle. So you ain't even supposed to be in the war. You ain't supposed to be in the military. And Esau's going to be drafting you because he's the damn devil. Showing you he's against. This place is all confusion. We read Numbers 31 and 33. Arm some of yourselves unto the war. Arm is Kalai. 1 Samuel 17:38 and 39. I think I've read that. Where he took Goliath's head and his armor. But I don't think I read 39. 1 Samuel 17:38. And Saul armed David with his armor, and he put a helmet of brass upon his head. Also he armed him with a coat of mail, and David girded his sword upon his armor, and he essayed to go, for he had not proved it. And David said unto Saul, I cannot go with these, for I have not proved them. And David put them off him. So let's see what words he's talking about. Kalai or Gabar. But it's talking about military armor. Is that word in here? I don't see it. Maybe 39. see it. Let's see it. Oh, this is just supportive verses. Why does this matter? In ancient Israel, gender roles were divinely ordained. Men were responsible for warfare, judgment, and physical protection. Women had distinctive roles in the home, community, and spiritual life. When a woman bore a weapon or wore armor, it was considered not only a reversal of her role, but often a sign of rebellion, vanity, or adoption of pagan customs. And that's exactly what it is, man. Rebellion. It's the sin of witchcraft, man. So witch. Modern application, this is where nuance is needed in a biblical framework. It's not about basic self-defense tools or emergency protection. The command is tied to not adopting the full role, image, and duties of men, particularly in warfare and authority. Now, she's in a video. She's young and dumb. You know, probably getting paid to be stupid, which is still no excuse, man. Because now you're pushing off that vibration to get other women to do the same stupidity as you. You need to be rebuked. So yes, Deuteronomy 22:5 does imply that women should not carry or use weapons of war, as Kalai Gabar refers to both male garments and martial gear. What does this word martial mean? Martial, of or appropriate to war, warlike. Okay. Warlike gear. This command reinforced gender distinction, order, and holiness in Israelite society. And that's everything we saw in that video was unholy. Disorder. Would you like support from ancient commentaries or modern examples of how this is taught or misunderstood today? Yes. Here's a detailed look at how ancient commentaries, modern teachings, and misunderstandings relate to Deuteronomy 22:5, especially regarding women wearing weapons or military attire. Number one, ancient commentary, Jewish understanding, Israelite understanding. Rashi, I don't know who the hell that is, 11th century Jewish commentator. I don't know who this is. But let's see what he says. On that which pertaineth unto a man, this includes weapons of war, and a woman must not appear as a man by wearing armor or bearing arms. Rashi confirms that this verse is not just about cross-dressing, but specifically prohibits women from bearing the tools of male warfare. Which he's pretty much agreeing with the text. Explain that Kalai Gavar can mean a man's ornaments or tools, including armor and weapons, further emphasizing that the issue is one of role reversal, not just appearance. So they agree, okay? Some scholars that chat pulled up. They probably found it on the internet. Okay. Modern Hebraic and Christian teachings, Torah-based ministry / messianic teachings, many Hebrew roots or Torah-observant groups teach a woman should not bear arms, guns, or military weapons or wear military attire. The law is about preserving divine order, not cultural preferences. And you look at that, you look in the land of Israel today, they got women carrying guns. I think they make it women carrying guns in Israel. Why? Why civilians carry weapons in the streets. Following the Hamas attack on October 7, 2023, there has been a significant increase in the number of Israeli women seeking and obtaining gun permits. This surge is driven by several factors. Increased sense of insecurity. The attack created a heightened sense of vulnerability and fear among many Israelis, including women, leading them to feel the need to defend themselves and their families. Now, self-defense is different. Okay, but if you where you're supposed to be, if you in the house, all right. Okay, if you defending yourself, but just wearing it, going ready to go to war, that's not what Deuteronomy 22. That's what Deuteronomy 22:5 is talking about. Loosening of gun laws. The Israeli government, particularly under National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir, has relaxed gun control regulations and expedited expedited the permit process, making it easier for civilians to acquire firearms. Emphasis on self-defense. Some perceive civilian gun ownership, even for women, as a crucial means of increasing self-defense capabilities and preventing future attacks. Changing perceptions of women in security roles. The role of women in Israel Defense Forces, including in combat roles, has become more prominent and accepted, especially after the October 7th attacks where female soldiers played a vital role in defense operations. This might contribute to a shift in social norms, societal norms surrounding women and firearms. Okay, what about keeping the law? Okay, so you think you can defend yourself over what the Lord said? It's important to note that this trend is not without its critics. Some feminist groups and other organizations express concerns about the potential negative consequences of increased civilian gun ownership, including a potential rise in violence, according to South China Morning Post. South China is commenting on Israel relations. Okay. But the Bible speaks against that. Okay. They reference how pagan nations often had female warriors and cross-dressing priests, which Israel was forbidden to imitate. Example, the restoration of the Torah, messianic view. Notes how Kalai Gaber includes war implements, warns against women serving in military combat roles, as it's viewed as rebellion against biblical gender roles, compared also with Isaiah 3:12, children are their oppressors and women rule over them. Let's grab that. But it's really talking about Esau and the so-called black woman. Isaiah 3:12, as for my people, children are their oppressors. Esau is like a child. Okay. And women rule over them, because Esau set the woman up in a high position in the society to create that disorder. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths. This is why you got to cleave to the Lord in this understanding. Modern understanding or misuse. Common misinterpretations. Over literalism. What's this mean? Literalism. Let's see what this means. Over literalism or hyperliteralism is the tendency to interpret things in the most strict, exact, and literal way possible, often disregarding context, nuance, or other possible interpretations. It can manifest as an overly strict adherence to the letter of the law, or refusal to acknowledge figurative language or implied meanings. Some believe this verse forbids pants on women entirely, even if made for women, but this is a modern cultural lens, not ancient. Total weapons ban. Some misuse it to say a woman can never carry any form of protection, which contradicts scriptural principles of wise defense. Exodus 22:2, verse 3. The issue is the adoption of a man's role, not the act of protection itself. Let's go to Exodus 22. Property rights. I'll start at the top. If a man shall steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox and 4 sheep for a sheep. If a thief be found breaking up and be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him. So if a thief found breaking up. So I guess if a thief's trying to rob you, let's see what this means. Exodus 22:2 states that if a thief caught breaking into a house at night and is struck and killed, the homeowner is not guilty of murder. However, if the sun has risen on the thief, then the homeowner is guilty. So you don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So pretty much what this is saying is, if a thief be found, if he breaking into your house and you kill him, there shall no blood be shed for him. So you're not guilty because he broke into your house and you killed his ass. If the sun be risen upon him, meaning he got away, okay, that he didn't get put to death. The sun was risen upon him. So let's say he came in at night and he still ain't got caught by the morning. There shall be blood shed for him. Okay, for he should make full restitution if he have nothing. Then he shall be sold for his theft. So if you get caught, Let's look in this. As a matter of fact, let me look into this because the wording on it can be confusing. Exodus 22:3 distinguishes between killing a thief at night and during the day. Oh man, if a thief is caught breaking into a house at night and is killed, there is no blood guilt incurred. What's blood guilt? Let me just find that. Define blood guilt. Guilt resulting from murder or bloodshed. However, if the theft and subsequent killing occur after sunrise, the person who killed the thief is guilty of bloodshed. This highlights a difference in the perceived threat and intent between a nighttime break-in, where self-defense might be assumed, and a daytime one, where other legal means of addressing theft are expected according to the Bible. You're going off when you read it like this. It does kind of sound like, oh, it matters if it's night or day. But if he breaks into your house, it depends if he gets away. If you kill him and he's in your house, then you're okay. But if he got away, then the threat is gone now. He already stole what he stole. He got away. So if he gets caught, then he should make full restitution. If he have nothing, then he should be sold for his theft. So he owes you. Now he gotta go to work. But the threat of having to kill him is over with. So if you kill him after the fact when he got away with it, you just killed the man. Okay? But the point of the matter is, if you're defending yourself, okay. But this is saying if you at your house, okay, you should be with a man to defend you. But if not, hey man, this is why you want to be following the Lord, because ultimately it's everything. It's the Lord, man. You want to make sure you put your fear in the Lord. You don't want to be like those Israeli women relying on their own power. They're the weaker vessel. They're gonna make the wrong decision and they're gonna be destroyed. That's why you ain't supposed to follow these other nations. Okay. Total weapons ban. I read that. Scriptural support for gender distinction and order. 1 Corinthians 11:3, 7-9. I read that. Man is the image and glory of God. Woman is the glory of man. 1 Timothy 2:12. Paul forbids a woman from usurping authority over a man. And that's another way of usurping authority over a man, trying to take his position as a man. That's what you women are doing. Okay, let's just grab it. 1 Timothy 2, and I'll start to 2 and 9. Women instructed in like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array, but which becometh woman professing godliness with good works. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. Okay, so no usurping authority over the man. But you women nowadays, you want to be a man so you can usurp authority over the man. For Adam was first formed, then Eve, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. That's why you women are easily deceived by this devil. He'll put a gun in your hands just so he can shoot your ass. Okay, he gonna try to get rid of you. He's trying to get rid of you, man. Okay. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. Okay, so you gotta be holy. Isaiah 3:12. I read that. Part of God's judgment includes societal role reversals. Zephaniah 1:8, wearing that strange apparel. Conclusion, yes, ancient and modern interpretations agree. Deuteronomy 22:5 forbids women from taking on roles or garments of male warriors, including weapons. The command preserves gender distinction, divine order, and spiritual purity. It warns against confusion, pagan influence, and rebellion against God's design. And I'm going to end it right there. Lord's will, that was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadah.